हेलो एंड वेलकम टू टुडेज लाइव। थैंक यू। आप सबका फीडबैक मेरे लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है एंड आई लव द फैक्ट कि आप लोगों ने कहा हाय नीलम, हाय 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 एवरीबॉडी, सो मच ऑन टाइम। हाय किशन, हेलो हेलो। आई एम सो हैप्पी यू गाइज ज्वाइन इन एंड योर फीडबैक के मेरे टॉपिक्स बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग हैं एंड वेरिड है। मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है सुन के। सो थैंक यू। प्लीज तारीफ करते रहिए और मैं आती रहूंगी। आज मैं जिनके साथ बात करने जा रही हूँ वो एक्स मिस इंडिया रह चुकी हैं। शी इज एब्सोल्युटली गॉर्जियस। मैंने जब उनको पहली बार देखा था, बहुत साल पहले की बात है, जब वो पहली फिल्म में काम कर ही रही थी, मैंने जब उनको देखा था मैं दंग रह गई थी। लंबी, ऊंची, गोरी, चिट्टी, ब्यूटिफुल, सिल्की बाल। शी इज एब्सोल्युटली स्टनिंग एंड शी एब्सोल्युटली डिजर्व टू बी आवर मिस इंडिया बिकॉज शी इज सो ब्यूटिफुल. So you all know I'm talking about Pooja Batra and I am going to add her now ताकि हम उनसे थोड़ी बातें करें. और अगर आप लोगों के कुछ सवाल है प्लीज मुझे लाइव में पूछते रहिए. I can see your questions and we can ask her together.
Hi, you're looking so nice. How are you?
I'm absolutely well. Look at you. I was just before you joined in मैं सबको बता रही थी कि my first you even don't know it. I first saw you from afar. I'll tell you where later when we are on a private chat. I saw, I saw you and I looked at you and I saw this lambi uchi ladki with the world's most silkiest hair. You know, your hair was down here and like silky, thick, shiny hair. So, as मतलब मेरे टाइम में शायद ही कोई लड़कियां थी तुम्हारी जितनी लंबी थी, मे बी तबू. But you were tall and your skin was glowing and I was like mesmerized. Like 5 minutes I was just looking at you, ke hey Bhagwan, and didn't have like makeup on you, and you were the most gorgeous being I had ever seen.
Oh, how sweet. You're so sweet. Well, I have to tell you this, Sheeba. I've always, ever since I've seen you, when I did see you on screen, when you were doing movies, I used to really, really like you.
Oh.
I used to find you so cute. I loved your face, and I thought you were very good, very expressive, and you were one of my, favorite actors that I would look forward to for the films.
Oh,
But
that means so much. So we're going to quickly begin. A little, you're an army kid. So are you an army kid or are you an army brat? First, tell me.
Army brat.
So you were athletic, and you moved around a lot because of your dad. That's what I read about you. So yeah, those are our friends. You can say hi if you know any of them. Saida, I love you. Kurlawala, yes, I love you. Vikram, hey, Yogini, he's saying hello, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, you know, Pooja, we can see all of you. So feel free to ask us whatever you want. Yes,
Yes.
Kurlawala. Yes. काफी दिन
So,
बाद. Okay. So tell me
yeah.
about your journey.
Yeah, so my dad was in the army, Sheba, and one of the downsides of being an army brat is that you have to kind of constantly move every 3 years. Uh, so whatever grade you are in, lock, stock, and barrel, my mom would pack us, whether we were in the middle of school or session or towards the final exams or wherever we were, we had to just pack and leave if dad got posted to a field area, which is where families are not allowed.
Acha.
So that would be that. And otherwise, for postings, we would move every 3 years. So it was very difficult academically for me to do well. But so I started doing well in sports. So I was always sort of like an athletic girl and an outdoor girl. And that's the only way I could shine in a school when I would be good in sports.
But you were extremely what I heard you're a short distance, right? Sprinter. You were a sprinter, correct?
Was, yeah, 100 dash and 400 meters.
Yeah. So that's amazing. But I also read that you studied a lot eventually. You went on to do your MBA, which is
Yes.
I like educated actors.
Yes, that was one of the prerequisites from my mom and dad that, okay, fine, you're getting into movies, but we would at least like you to finish your education. So I had to finish my MBA as part of getting into movies.
So I read that your mom cosmetologist, but she also competed in the Miss India in her time. Is that true?
Yeah, she competed in Miss India. She was amongst I forget which year, but she was a contestant, and this was the year Vani Ganpati won.
Oh, okay.
So Mama was used to tell us stories about Miss India, and me being a girl, I would be so fascinated. For me, I thought Miss India was it. That's
Correct.
it.
But it is it. Matlab, Miss India is it. There is no doubt about that.
Those days, it was a bigger it.
Yeah.
Like
So
on
when
the
you went on to win, was like your mother over the moon because like you were living a dream?
So my mom was actually with me backstage.
Acha. But
Like, like I mean, I was an army officer's, daughter, and I had a budget for outfits. I had a budget for everything. I had a budget where I had to stay. It wasn't like जी चलो जी बेटे का बेटी ने मिस इंडिया करना है तो लाखों खोल दो ऐसा कुछ नहीं था
acha.
टेलर टेलर से कपड़े बन के आते थे like how it
Yeah.
was no designer clothes. Even though I'd started modeling about 7 months before I joined Miss India, but I had no connections with any designer to tell me, can you lend me an outfit for Miss India? Because that wasn't there. That rapport wasn't
That,
there.
that trend is very recent.
Exactly. So
Yes.
I had my mama design my clothes, and she was with me backstage. Actually, I remember this vividly.
When they announced the winner?
When they announced, she was helping me backstage because we had like 4 or 5 outfit changes,
Huh.
and she would help me wear a sari. And I remember once she put the palla. The palla was too short
Huh.
for such a tall girl, and a very short palla. But my mom said, let this be your style, short palla, tall girl.
Majburi ka naam Mahatma Gandhi. And then you went on to be the la 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 the little girl. The little girl is another iconic status to have at that time. The little girl was the most famous model, like all India based. Now,
Little was pretty a popular ad to do in those days. Yes.
अभी तक ट्यून याद है तो must have been right.
आपने कलर्स भी वही पहने हुए हैं.
मैं भी आज लिटिल गर्ल बनी हुई हूँ.
मैं जुड़ा बनाया हुआ है.
And all that lovely silky shiny hair that I was telling people about.
Hair, this is my hair.
That I envied when I saw you the first. बिल्कुल सीधे आयन किए हुए थे. मैंने कहा ओहो क्या बाल हैं इस लड़की के. So then little happened after you were Miss India.
Yeah, it happened pretty much after I won Miss India. I had a contract for 3 years right after I won Miss India. So Little was one of the first ads that I kind of got.
And then Virasat happened. And everybody in Virasat. And Virasat हम सबके mind में है. The best songs, the best story. It was written by Kamal sir, right? The movie was written by Kamal Hassan sir, correct? The original.
Originally, yes.
And then you went on to do that iconic movie. Tell me some great fun moment from that set.
From Virasat?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. It wasn't that back.
Virasat, I'll tell you. Virasat was, for me, it was like a boot camp, Sheeba. That was my first film.
Huh.
I'm with veterans as co-stars. Amrish Puri as my potential father-in-law, and such thespian names, thespian the industry, and Pooja ji's first film. Pooja ji is not told anything by anybody, even the ADs. Pooja ji in the morning from 7 to about 9, we are doing dress rehearsal. We wear an outfit, we run in the fields, we come back, we do some montages, which is what later I'm told that these are montages. So in the morning, without any direction, I am changing costumes and running around fields and holding matkas and drinking water and milking the cow, and and I'm like, ye pata nahi kya ho raha hai. Dress rehearsal hoyi ja rahi. I have no clue what's happening. And in the evenings, afternoons, we are doing scenes. where it's like Anil and everybody's telling me, oh, it's your major scene today. Go and sit in that room and start crying. Like that scene is tomorrow, your break scene, and when you start crying from now so you can get into it. So then everybody's playing a game with me and I have no idea what's happening. Later on, I come to know all those dancing, running in the thing is Dhol Bajne Laga, the song, which was
Ooh.
actually filmed without the song being on the set. We didn't even have songs, when we were shooting.
What? Really?
Yeah.
गाते नहीं थे गाना?
नहीं थे गाने, बने ही नहीं थे.
Really? That is that.
Exactly. And so here you are. And then when I see the movie, I'm like, oh, really? So they put all the montages together and then they made the song, Dol Bajne Laga.
Oh my God. And there was Neelam Sethi asking us to do a step from the movie or the song, something like that. Neelam, that's what personally, not right now.
Yeah, yeah.
अभी screen से बड़ा दूर जाना पड़ेगा किधर. So, so how was what was the experience of working with Tabu? Was she very friendly? I know her really well, but I want to know as a first time co-star. So how are you? Windows online with us.
Tabu was very professional. She was friendly to me, and she was very professional. And I would, when I was not shooting, would look at their scenes just so because somebody had told me you have to show your dedication to the craft. You have to be like you have to be in it, and you have to know what's happening. So I would be literally like with the paper and pen running around if I didn't have a scene, watching every scene. I was so into it, and that was the fun of it. It was just such a brilliantly.
Windu saying hello, you two, to both of us. Windu, hello from both of us.
Who's saying hello?
Windu's online with us.
Hi, Bindu.
So what I'm telling you is कि मेरी पहली फिल्म में भी यही experience मेरा रहा. When I would go on the set, when I didn't have scenes, Datsa would tell me, no, I want you on the scene. You don't know nothing of this craft. Even I was an NRI brat, and he said, तुम्हारा scene हो ना हो, तुम आके देखो, see what the cameraman's doing, see what the lightman's doing, see what the other actors are doing, how to act, emote. Again, I had a very senior ensemble cast. Rekha ji, I had Kabir Bedi, I had Shakti Kapoor, I had Bindu ji. They were all like stalwarts.
Right.
So for both of us, now that you say that, our school was our first movies. You worked with Priyan sir, who's a dream to work with.
Right.
Hi Punni. He's a dream director basically I think for all of us. So he makes girls look so stunning.
Yeah.
How stunning did you look in Virasat?
Oh, thanks.
And that movie is so relevant even today. You can still sit and watch it and have a smile on your face,
Oh, it's a classic. It's a classic, and I'm so grateful to be a part of such a fabulous movie, and such movies are rarely made.
Yeah, correct.
No. Even yeah.
So subsequently, you did movies with Govinda and Arbaaz and so many movies. 2030, you ended up doing in Hindi, correct?
Right.
What was your most memorable role amongst everything that you did?
I'm still Sheeba. I just signed a Hollywood film. Actually, it's called Exageddon, and I play a witch in it. And I have actually enjoyed every role of mine. And I'm really, really looking forward to playing a witch with silver hair and waiting to get on set. So for me, I take every role as a vicarious living through that character kind of thing where I've never played it and I want to learn and do as much as I can about it.
Okay. So tell me about your journey from Bollywood to Hollywood. It's a long way away.
It's a long way. I spent 17 years in the US of A. 17 years.
Yourself. Don't say such fake things.
You remember Sheeba? I walk into a Lemle theater. I think it was a Lemle theater, which plays Hindi movies. There are very few theaters in LA that selectively play Hindi movies. I walk in and suddenly I see Sheeba. Remember?
Yes. I remember.
How random is that?
But that's how I remember you, as being a very warm, exuberant personality. You and I never worked professionally. मैं चल चुकी थी when you came. 93 you were Miss India, but 97 you did Virasat. by which
Yeah.
time I'm just about getting settled in my married life.
Yeah.
Uh, so, we hadn't really met, but you just saw me and you met me so warmly, like you've
Yeah.
known me and you know of me and you know me. And I love that about our line. I find a lot of our film people are
Yeah.
really like warm, like we are to our like I am to my seniors, for example. अब मैं तो
Right.
तुम्हारी senior हूँ, but like
Right.
people who are senior to me, when I
Right.
don't haven't worked with them, I don't know them, but I think it's part of our culture that we go up and we'll say hello nicely and feel like it's the same family, right?
Sheba, it's not part of a culture. I think it's very personal to each person. A lot of people lack camaraderie and manners. And me
Yes,
coming from the army background, I think that comes forefront before who I am comes out. It's just I feel not a complete person if I don't give a respect to the other individual, no matter what, you know.
yes, yes. So that came across with you every time I met you. We've not met so often, but whenever we met, you met इतने प्यार से जैसे हमने कुछ 8-10 फिल्में साथ में कर दी हो. So, how about the journey? How did you break into Hollywood from Bollywood? That's a
So
difficult.
Shiva, I went to the US about 70. Oh, I like your nails.
Hannah, that's why I'm showing them to you.
I love your nails. Where'd you get it? Is it real or fake?
No, they're real. I varnished it to go with neon green cap.
Oh, so awesome. I love that color. I haven't put nail polish in ever since the lockdown started.
Really? Why?
I just feel that I should let them breathe, my nails. You know, it's just one of those things like Jana kahan hai?
लाइव में जाना होता है हमें हमें वीडियोस बनाने
हाँ,
होते हैं पहले हम दोनों जो योगा में उल्टा पुल्टा होते रहते हैं तो हमारे
and
हाथ
other
रखने.
I really respect that. I mean, I've been watching your story of you becoming a yogini yourself, and I really enjoy it because I'm a yogini myself, and I love seeing how you started. You barely started some 3 years ago.
Somebody say yoga queens to us. Vinay, somebody is calling us two yoga queens. Thank you, Vinay. And Rashi, my love, thank you. I called you a million times before the live.
Hi, Rajshri.
We have a bunch of friends over here. So
Right.
tell me first about your Hollywood ka journey. How did you get into that scene?
Right. So Sheba, I went to LA 17 years ago.
Hmm.
And then I was in New York initially where I tried, and a couple of agencies, modeling agencies took me as a model. Innovative signed me on, and Wilhelmina, modeling agency signed me on. So that was a very good start for me. But then I had to move to LA.
Huh.
So New York, sort of, because modeling scene in New York is very different from modeling scene in LA.
So are you
So
as tall as the girls there? Because the models there are like really kick-ass tall, na?
oh yeah, they're very tall and they're very young. So there are different categories of modeling. Like, if you sign up with an agency for modeling, then you're also sent out for commercials. It's
Right.
just not the fashion model. That's another segment, and then there are commercials, and then there are substance modeling, which is little older
Yeah, yeah.
women, and then women of substance. You come into that category, which could be wearing plus size clothes and doing those
Category.
catalog thing,
So
and then
what?
there's modeling.
So then, what was the difference between your Indian career and your Hollywood career?
Sheba had to start all over again when I went there. So first I started with being signed from an
Hi,
agency.
Jaspeer. Nice to see you here.
Hi. So
Huh.
first I started with an agency that started sending me out. Then slowly I moved to LA where I learned that modeling in LA is not really the thing.
Hmm.
Modeling in New York is the thing. So I was like, hey, I'm in LA and LA is the mecca of acting. So
Hmm.
what am I doing? So I started acting classes there. I started like voice training, voice modulation, accent, you name it.
Huh.
Improv acting, this acting, I went to Groundlings. There's so many schools there. Oh my gosh, every block has a school, acting school. So because no agent wants to sign you if he or she knows that you're not in a school. you know. So I started that, then I got myself a manager, then I got myself an agent, then I started getting submitted for auditions, and I would go in as an Indian, and the Americans would refuse to acknowledge the fact that I'm Indian, because they have a preconceived notion about what Indians are, and for them, Indians are short, dark, and ugly.
Yeah,
Sorry.
basically.
So, Indians per se have not made a mark in the US TV or movies as yet. The Hispanics have, the African American have. They've made a niche.
Yeah.
Indians somehow are still figuring it out. It's a lot better now than what it was 17 years ago.
I think, yeah, of course, because now Priyanka has been the flag bearer of breaking that myth of Indians, right?
From Bollywood. Otherwise, they've been. She's been a huge Indian-centric sort of.
In mainstream, I mean mainstream, mein, she was the
Yeah,
one who path breaker. Otherwise, you've been there way longer. Then Irfan has gone that way, and Nasir sir has gone, and all Om Puri sir has gone, and
right.
and very, but again, very limited parts and very typecast kind of, you know.
Exactly. You said it. You said it. And before, and the real breakers are sort of Kunal Nair
Correct.
and
Yes.
Mindy Kaling and stuff like that. And obviously,
Still
yeah,
the
and
American.
Anupam Kher, yeah.
Yeah. So the journey was hard. Did it break your heart at times, and did you want to give up and not do it
Uh,
anymore?
it was sort of like a dead wall, beating against a dead wall. I wouldn't understand why. What is it that they want? All chote Indians would be booking parts, and Pooja ji is like, the heck, what happened? But slowly I started booking, Sheeba. I started doing regular American television, which led to independent movies, which led to a lot more American regular mainstream television like NBC, CBS, Fox, and shows like that. And I would be booking it as not Indian, as Candy Cook, as somebody ambiguous, as somebody who doesn't who can't be ethnically pinpointed. She
Yeah.
is यही mold में आ सकती है.
Okay. So this voice modulation and the accent and everything, you had to learn that for your parts over there.
Yeah. I mean, if a part would say American accent, then I had to do the standard regular American accent.
Right.
Otherwise, some casting directors would go just the accent you have. Some would insist, like I did a show called Timeless for NBC where they insisted on my Indian accent. So I had to pronounce my Indian accent even though it was a little comical. So it just depends.
Yeah. Like then we make a caricature of our original accents, even because they say we don't speak like that. No.
Yeah.
But we haven't learned that way. So how to say it?
Yeah.
That just broke my thought. So I was talking about this Hollywood journey now. Now you're in mainstream Hollywood and you are fine, and you are now the barriers have broken down and you're able to audition for various mainstream roles.
It's never fine there. That's the difference between that I find here and there. Because here, if you hit let's say a big thing, things get automatically a little easy for you. Over there, such thing.
Acha, over there, everything is new every time.
Yeah.
So tell me about the difference in working environment. Bollywood का shooting set, for example, and Hollywood के shooting set में आपको क्या difference नजर आता है?
It's just that there is no wastage of time, Shiva. People are not just loitering around on set. You get on set, you're given a time, you're given a script with the time exactly when your makeup will start, when your costume is supposed to be done, and when you're expected to be in front of the camera. And if there is a rehearsal, the first AD will call you and brief you on it. Or as soon as you come on set, the first AD will come in, give you the ye scenes hai, ye nahi hai, whatever. I just feel that everybody over there just is so there to do their job. They're just not there to, like, maza karne nahi aate hain. It's just very serious business.
So don't you feel कि अभी environment यहाँ भी change हो गई है?
Yes, I just finished a movie called Squad with Nilesh Sahai. It's a launch movie for Rin Singh and a couple of these fabulous actors. Yeah, I have a great role in it. It was scheduled to come out this time, but everything's gotten pushed. And I saw the difference. It was a young, production. They were canning, scenes like one after the other. There was no lack. There was no lag. It was very professional, and I thought it was almost as professional as out there.
So, I'm really excited to see Rinzing. His dad is so iconic, yeah. Danny Sir to is something else. So it'll be
Yeah.
something to see his
He's
son.
very good. Even Rin Singh is such a sweetheart.
Yeah, they're just such a polite family. The
Such
whole family is just amazing and hospitable and kind and cultured, and they just so
exactly.
so you did feel the difference now. अब काफी मतलब जब when you did your पहला first movie from to now, I think the working culture and environment has changed so much, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and all for the better, because you've done so many movies. How difficult it is to make good movies. Starting from the conception of the
But
script.
मेरे टाइम में हमने बड़े मजे किए. मतलब it wasn't so इतना strict and corporate culture नहीं था. We used to have picnics and sit around, and all of us would sit and chit chat and eat, and outdoors पे भी बड़ी मस्तियां होती थी. That विरासत के टाइम पे तो होती थी. अच्छा नहीं तो नहीं थी. Yeah.
हमारे
So
टाइम competition ही था, Sheba. I think you all had fun, and then later on, the girl batch, the actors that came, they were just competing. They were like, "Hey, you got this."
उस ऐसा क्यों उसकी लिपस्टिक ज्यादा ब्राइट क्यों है? Oh my God. Thank you for saying we're looking gorgeous. All of you, we're reading and we love you all, and thank you for being on with us. लेकिन पूजा ये मेरा नेचर है. आई एम नॉट कम्पिटिटिव बाय नेचर माई सेल्फ. सो आई थिंक मुझे देख के ज्यादा लोगों के अंदर वो कम्पिटिटिव स्पिरिट नहीं जागता. आई एम लाइक या व्हाटएवर. तो जो मुझे एक्चुअली फर्क नहीं पड़ा. आई वाज नेवर दैट इन दैट जोन आई थिंक. पर
Yeah, you're
ऑलरेडी
ab- you're above it.
नहीं. मैं मेरे आई थिंक मेरे अंदर की योगी बहुत साल पहले जाग चुकी थी. क्या कंपटीशन करना किसी से. सबको अपना अपना मिलेगा जितना जितना है हमारे डेस्टिनी में.
Right.
Yeah, but
Every
you were there
their own.
was there was a certain level of that, but I chose to ignore it. And then also then when I went for my world tours with all my friends, I went with Karishma and Karina and Madhu, and we used to have a blast shopping and eating and घूमते फिरते थे. हमने बड़े मजे
Never
किए.
had anything.
Oh, well, you missed out. My whole generation of people rocks. But you ended up working with मेरे सारे generation के heroes. So now tell me something about some of the heroes you worked in with.
They
I know,
all
I know Govinda, I know Arbaz. Who else did you do movies with?
Sanjay Dutt, Anil, Sunil Shetty.
So basically सारे मेरे generation के actor. अब तक अपनी generation का कोई actor का नाम बताओ.
वही actors अभी भी.
अभी वही है वो हर जनरेशन के एक्टर हैं. They just transcending generations and coming on forward and forward. So out of them, who did you find to be the most caring co-star? Yani he took a lot of care of you and was very nurturing and
Caring. Sanjay Dutt was very nice.
yeah, he is very lovely.
Generous. Salman Khan also I worked with. He was also very generous on set. उसके घर से खाना आता था हमारे set पे.
सबके लिए. हाँ.
के लिए है ना?
या पहले से.
पहले से, you're right. So
Yes.
like that. So I mean, Arbaz was very sweet.
वो family है ही बड़ी अच्छी actually.
हाँ हाँ. So it was very
And
nice.
And who was the most unfriendly co-star you worked with? Like you just didn't, not unfriendly, maybe you just didn't have like any too much conversation with that person, so you never got to know him while you worked with him.
Is it only him or her?
और भी चलेगा.
Karishma Kapoor. No, sorry, I take it back. Kareena Kapoor. Karishma was very sweet actually on Hasina Maan Jayegi, but Kareena, I did a movie. I forget the name of the movie.
Huh,
Anywho,
huh.
so there we had no hi hellos also.
And even though you had scenes together.
Yeah, had a song together, couple of scenes together.
Huh. So yeah, so it happens sometimes when you
हो जाती है, which is so sad actually because it's a work of play.
correct, yes, yes. And jitna you know each other, I feel it just makes much.
Yeah.
But are you that type? Will you not make? In my experience, I see that तुम सामने से आके मिलती हो. So, do you think on a set you become a different personality where you also थोड़ा सा you step back to see कि ये मुझे हाई बोलेगी तो मैं ऐसे हाई बोलूंगी.
Yeah, it's not a person thing, Shiba. It's an environmental thing. Back in the day, which I'm talking about that many years ago, everybody thinks they were entitled, and film actors think they are entitled.
Hmm.
So, in that entitlement, thinking that they are entitled, it goes in their head, and they think they are bigger than the job.
Correct.
They're just acting it out,
Correct. Yes.
right?
Yes.
That entitlement, I have to say, was there a lot for me also back
Hmm.
then. And I'm
Huh.
sure it for my co-stars. So one was never able to break it and actually go and say, hello ji, mera naam Pooja hai.
But I think by the time that time must have come in your life where you became comfortable in being Pooja Batra, the actress who had her own niche and she didn't care about everybody else, you left. So
Exactly.
you didn't have the time to actually, get into that entire, uh,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yes. Which is
So,
called chakra. Now that we can talk about it, you know what I'm
huh,
saying? It's all
huh,
lower that we have to elevate from.
correct. So, now you're recently married. So let's speak a bit about that. Tell me how you met your husband. You're 1 year married, is it?
1 year married, yeah.
Okay.
How Nawab. So I knew Nawab back in the day when I had modeled. So I was modeling and I knew Nawab back in the day. It was we were part of the same group
In India.
in
In India.
India.
Huh,
India. This I'm
huh.
talking years ago, and then we were reintroduced by a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, last year around Feb, and then we reconnected.
तो यहाँ पर इंडिया में you met him back again.
I made a trip to come back and see him and get to know him and he proposed to me and we got like married.
So who's more romantic of the two of you or him?
Him.
So what is the grand romantic gestures he makes for you? Name one.
He lights up the house every day with his lighting. He'll do his little candle lighting here and there.
How?
Uh, uh, he's just very caring. He's a very sweet guy, very altruistic in his approach towards things, which is such a relief.
Acha,
And
so, now that you said that, I've read a lot about you as well. You have been doing a lot of charity work in your life as well, right?
I have been doing a lot of, but they're sort of for animals. They're sort of for street kids, underprivileged kids, and pretty much where help is majorly needed, where animals can't speak. I really am an animal lover, and I will go all the way out to bring about something which has to be told to people or environment stuff like that.
So in 1 year of marriage, do you think you've changed at all? Has he changed? Have you changed? Have you noticed a difference in your life?
I mean, we all change, Sheba. We change for the better, and if at all there is a change, it's because I want the change to be a better person, which is a constant evolvement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, adjustment.
Adjustment, and that happens regardless. Even my parents are adjusting. Even after like 40 some years of marriage, even till date, my mama's like, "What to do? Gotta adjust." My dad's
Correct.
like, mom's in the kitchen, I'm out the house. I'm not even near her. He says, Khana.
So, so that's interesting, and I'm going to take a slight pause here to say hello to, if you want to say hello to everybody who's logged on before we
Yeah.
get into the uh, next section. Can you read their names? Hello, Rajan. Hello, Utkarsh.
Hi,
Hello, hi, Aftab Sultan. Hello, Sai. Hello,
Jalal, Jalal. How are you?
hello,
Thank you,
everyone. Thank you.
Ian.
Thank you, Vibs. Thank you. Thank you. You're saying, calling us beauties. Sita Maya fan, hello. Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for being here with us. We're so happy to have you. Hi, Sadhna. So, okay. So, moving on. I'm going to have some a fun Q&A round with you. Okay. So, you are going to tell me what are the three things in your purse right now. You don't have to show me. Just tell me.
Three things in my purse right now. A perfume roll-on
Okay. Lip
and,
gloss.
and a lipstick.
Lip gloss, lipstick, and a perfume.
Yeah, a roll-on. Yeah.
Okay, and there are three things in your refrigerator right now.
Lemons, lots of fruit, and aloe vera.
What do you do with the aloe vera, by the way? Use it
Take
for
a,
your hair or eat it?
both,
Eat it, skin and hair, right?
all in one.
Yeah, it's actually quite magical, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
If you could disinvent one thing in the world of all the inventions, what would it be? What would you disinvent?
Disinvent natural fuel, the use of natural, oil and fuel from our planet. I would disinvent it. Like people wouldn't know what to do with oil.
So tell me about the stupidest thing you have done in your life. It could have been on a dare, it could have just been because you were stupid. But what is the stupidest thing you think you have done in your life?
I've done many.
It could be even a movie part, which you said, now you look back and say, I was so stupid, why did I do this part?
Yeah, there have been some movies where I've thought about it. What was I thinking? Why didn't I get on that? I do a lot of stupid things. Trust me to say something stupid on pretty much every occasion. I'm very capricious. I just say it.
So
Whatever. Um, for example, I go on a set and I'll tell the director, why do you hire me for this job?
that's
Well,
good.
like that, yeah. I'll do stupid things.
Okay, interesting. Or would you rather meet your great grandparents or meet your great grandkids?
That's a good question.
Yes, would you
That's
rather?
your question.
So
How do both, Shiba?
no, you have to do one. It's either or, यार. This or that. ये करो या वो करो. तुम you either see them, your children के children,
Um,
or parents के parents के parents.
future.
Future. You'd rather see your great grandchildren. So, would you rather have a life rewind button or a life pause button?
Oh boy. I could do a pause.
You could do a pause. Everybody
Right.
who's watching us, please play along with us. You're free to answer my questions. I'll be very happy to read your answers.
Yeah.
Sakshi, Akash, whoever is online, and whoever said my husband is on Republic right now. Yes, he's constantly on channels. So play with us. Rewind or pause. So Pooja says pause. Okay, somebody else said pause. Uh, so would you rather know all the world's languages or be able to speak with animals? Somehow I know your answer. I,
Yeah.
after you think about animals, I kind of got that. Yeah, I would speak with animals.
Uh,
Would you rather be stuck in an elevator or stuck in a ski lift?
a ski lift.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel that I'm thinking it'll be cold, so it won't be that claustrophobic stuck in a ski lift because um, ski lifts are pretty big.
True, but
Ele-
what if you're dangling in the middle of two mountains
That's fine.
and it's freezing cold? Okay. Would you rather go to dinner alone or go to a concert alone?
Concert.
You'd rather go to a concert alone?
Yeah.
I will want company with me to scream with and say, yay, yay, yay. What?
I make friends.
Actually, yeah, you can make friends with. Yes, I miss Suryavanshi days in Chubb beauty salon. Yes, of course I miss them.
Yeah.
Sadhna concert. Okay, yeah, because she'll also make friends.
See, we same, we same.
So, would you rather have a world peace? Now, this is an interesting one, or eradicate world hunger?
I could be both actually. Actually, hunger. People are still dying from hunger, right? In third world countries,
Everywhere, yeah.
food that gets wasted. Sheba, this is our doing. You know, we should have had by now figured out how to not waste food. I mean,
Hmm.
it hurts me seeing how everybody personally, and even the restaurants and even the stores, waste food. They just dump
Yeah.
it.
Even Sadhna says eradicate hunger. Rahina says world hunger. Yeah, a lot of people think we should be able to eradicate world hunger. So there you are with the majority. Yes, correct. Hello, guys. So would you rather go skydiving or bungee jumping?
None.
No, you have to choose one, bhai. You have to
Or
pick.
skydive.
You'd rather skydive, jump off a plane. You mean? Would you rather be an adult always or a kid for your whole life? You want to like be your parent, mother's child for the rest of your life, or be this adult for the rest of your life?
Adult.
Really? I want to be my mommy's baby again. I'm such a mommy's little girl. Now this one's a bit easy for you. Acha, they're getting a bit bored now. So okay, I'm going to just last two questions and then I'm going to continue with her journey.
Huh.
Last, would you rather go on a vacay with your friends or with your spouse?
With my spouse. अभी तो
The newly married.
अभी मैं फ्रेंड्स के साथ जा रही हूँ उसने पकड़ के थप्पड़ मार रहा है
Okay, so now moving on. Now, so I'm going to stop this game momentarily until I play another game with you. I'm going to ask you about how you got into yoga, and you are very good at yoga. I'm following your journey, and you encourage a lot of people to do yoga. You put on a lot of tutorials on your Insta. So everybody who's not following her, please do. She's very inspirational with her yoga. She's
Yes.
like people started doing yoga. So now tell me about how you got into that.
So Shiva, basically I would do a lot of yoga
Hi,
because
Kiru. Hi, Neelam. Kiru,
hi
Kiran
Neela,
is here. Kiran is saying Pooja to you.
hello y'all. So my mom has learned yoga from Iyengar.
Okay.
I was in college. Actually, at just one Miss India, and she used to go learn because he had a base camp in Pune.
Huh.
Right. So we were posted in Pune. So mom used to go early in the morning and learn from Iyengar and do all the asanas and come back and kind of tell me this is what I learned. So me
Hmm.
being a tall person, I had to do a lot of yoga for my back, especially
Huh.
because tall people have a tendency. That's what I was told. Tall people, be careful of your back. You
Because
know.
you slept.
No, because tall people tend to have more back problems because some people don't have good posture.
Huh.
And posture is something you don't have good when you're a kid or a teenager. You develop that game.
Yeah.
As you get older and you get confident, you develop a posture also, which is your posture. Otherwise, you're mostly stooping, and as a teenager.
Right.
Then I went to the US and I was doing yoga over there in classes whenever I got time, and I would really enjoy it till a lot of my the teachers that I was doing yoga with started insisting that why don't you learn yoga? You know Sanskrit, you can do most poses. You should just do a teacher training course, which is about 200 hours minimum to get the basic teacher training. So that's what I enrolled in. I knew Bikram also, from Bikram Yoga. So I tried doing his classes, the hot classes and everything. But later on, I did
100 hours a day?
200 hours for the whole course, which is about 2 months.
No, you did that in LA?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So I actually came from LA to India because I chose to be in India. Actually, Nawab and I were traveling in the US, and this pandemic hit.
Huh.
And we were supposed to, go back in March. So we came back here end of January, and we were supposed to go back in March because I had a movie coming out there. And we put everything on hold because there was just no way, and it was it would be stupid to travel in such circumstances. So I decided to just stay put in India.
But
So
but otherwise, you started teaching yoga there back
yeah,
home.
I mean, I would teach yoga. I would do my own tutorials and my own videos, and I basically would do a lot of health seminars.
Okay.
So where they would call their health summits, where you're doing presentations on yoga, where you're actually doing a yoga on stage, and there are like 500-600 people.
So tell me something about how yoga has changed your life or your mind.
So to be a yogini, a proper yogini, you're supposed to be doing yoga every day.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you shouldn't call yourself yogini.
Hmm.
I feel that it develops your inner game.
Hmm.
It develops your mental game,
Hmm.
and it's a minimum requirement that you should do for your body. It's a must that you have to give your body that much health, machine to do that yoga so that it's fit, so that the next day is easier. You know what
So
I'm saying?
yeah. So then, are you saying that other than yoga, you do no other form of fitness anymore? Is that your only focus now?
No, I mean, right now, since the gyms and all are shut, otherwise I would go to the gym. I'm a martial artist. I do MMA. I'm a
Acha.
brown. Yeah, so when I was in studying in LA, which I would go to the class 4 days a week, 4 days a week, every day an hour a week. I mean, every day an hour. So 4 days, so 4 hours a week was MMA. And then I would hike, go to the gym, or do yoga. So I mean, I
Basically, you have some fitness activity for an hour every single day. Is what
right,
you're saying.
right.
Uh, there's somebody who's asking, can we begin yoga if we're 30 kgs overweight? Can you answer? I didn't read your name. Sorry, I saw your question. Yeah, the name is Rachna. Rachna is asking us, can you start yoga if you're 30 kgs overweight?
What do you say, Sheba? I'll have you answer it first.
So, as per me, there is no age, there is no weight, and there is no time that you is the right time to start yoga, because every time is the right time. Yoga is that one uh, regime that you can add to your life from your bed. If you guys have seen, have followed me on Insta, I have been making my 89-year-old mother-in-law do yoga.
Yeah, I saw that.
या सो बेसिकली अगर आप 30 केजीज ओवरवेट है या 30 केजीज अंडरवेट हैं या
Huh,
30 years too old according to your mind है, there is no such thing.
right,
Yoga is perfect for you right now at this time and begin today.
right.
What about, what's your answer?
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, I feel yoga is like a dental floss. You got to do it every day.
Yeah, because पूजा आई जस्ट फील मोबिलिटी कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट है. आप मसल्स तो बन जाते हैं, ये सारे योगा के मसल्स हैं. अगर आप देखेंगे मेरे कट्स, आई डोंट डू वेट्स, ये सब योगा से आए हैं. सो आई एम सेइंग के योगा इज समथिंग दैट, हाँ देखो आ जाते हैं ना, बिकॉज हम इतना इन्वर्जन्स में रहते
हाँ,
हैं. एंड आई फील कि योगा से छोटे बच्चों को भी बेनिफिट है, बिकॉज मेंटल बेनिफिट भी है. एंड ओल्डर पीपल हु डोंट हैव सो मच मोबिलिटी, उनके लिए भी बहुत अच्छी चीज है. टू स्टार्ट टुडे, फाइंड द राइट टीचर एंड स्टार्ट विद सेफ्टी एंड
right,
स्टार्ट विद द टीचर. I always plug in yoga in my shows.
right. What you said is right. You need to have a good guru from which you can get the diksha, and you just start because as it is, the body is taking a beating every day we are living, right?
Yes, yes.
Right. So if we don't work out and we are not synchronized from what we think and what our body is doing, we're going to
हाँ.
land in a lot of trouble.
Yes, exactly. तो आपकी मम्मी कॉस्मोटोलॉजिस्ट है, so can you give us some nice interesting skin tips? Everybody wants great skin and you have amazing skin. Of course वो genetics भी हैं, उसमें 50-50 हैं, but 50% आप ख्याल भी बहुत रखती होंगी because
हाँ.
of your. So can you tell all of our gentlemen and lady viewers कि skin के लिए क्या किया जाए to remain young forever?
Exercise. The first thing is to exercise and sweat. So if you're
Yes,
sweating, so you're keeping your skin alive.
correct. Sweat is like normal youth elixir.
Yes, it is an
Huh.
elixir.
Yeah.
And The other thing that I really enjoy is, I love natural, like I have aloe vera in my fridge.
Pari, hello. Pariniti is a salon, has these magazines, and Patani, she's like all into beauty. So now she's interesting in your answer.
Well, I think just a lemon. Lemon is, I find a lemon has huge benefits. You can, have just nimbu pani, just plain lemon and water, which
Huh.
is a great antioxidant, detoxer, mouth cleanser, and
Huh.
so many benefits, quencher of thirst and blah, blah. Also, you can use the lemon peel, the skin,
Hmm.
and put it on your face, which I do pretty much every day, and that's pure, organic, natural vitamin C.
Hi Bunny, hi Zebu. So आप खाती भी हैं उसे, but how much lemon water is too much lemon water? How much should I be drinking in a day?
I mean, I think 2 glasses of nimbu pani is good enough.
With
Uh,
one time,
Anji,
with one lemon added each time. Garam
depending, as otherwise half a lemon, and it
but
becomes too much.
so do you believe in the warm lemon water theory कि सुबह उठते ही warm lemon water पीजिए for detoxing and cleansing and weight loss and vitamin C?
Sheba, I believe in a lot of theories, and what I mostly believe in is that everybody reacts differently to different substances,
Huh.
food particles. I mean, your body could react amazingly to peanuts, and mine couldn't. You
हाँ,
see
but
what?
that's a G's thing. But lemon तो I'm sure सबको ही ठीक होगा ना vitamin C.
बिल्कुल होना चाहिए लेमन या लाइम वहाँ अमेरिका में लाइम इज द द ग्रीन वन and lemon is the yellow one and
हाँ.
they say the difference between lemon and lime is that lemon makes the water alkaline. I mean, and lime makes the water alkaline, the green one, and lemon makes it acidic.
तो acidic चीज पीने से सिस्टम अल्कलाइन हो जाता है.
एसिडिक चीज पीने से सिस्टम अल्कलाइन नहीं होता, अल्कलाइन पीने से अल्कलाइन होता है, बट बेसिकली just it's vitamin C also going in your body.
एंड ये छिलका जो आप बोल रही हैं, which I have also heard that the छिलका has the maximum amount of vitamin C in a lemon. वो छिलका, how do you just छिलका को ऐसे स्क्रैप करके फेस पे लगा देते हो?
Nahi, I just reverse once the lemon is cut and squeezed, I just reverse the little cup and just put it on my face. That's what I do. A lot of you can actually squeeze the lemon juice and apply it. I use with the lemon chilka shell. You know what I'm saying?
That lemon has antioxidants and bleaching effects. So do a patch test everybody before trying क्योंकि सबको जरूरी नहीं है सूट करे because काफी acidic होता है. ऐसा नहीं हो कि आपका skin inflame हो जाए because you tried it for the first time.
Yeah.
So lemon is your secret arsenal in beauty.
I would say so, and I think my skin has been responding pretty well to it. So whether you use that or you use a vitamin C serum, it's the same. I rather go with something natural.
So has mom put in a lot of these natural remedies to your regime every day since you were growing up and you were traveling and you were moving, and so is there something कि रोज बेसन का वटना करना है या रोज मुल्तानी मट्टी लगानी है या नींबू का रोज घसना है? Is there something your mom made you do?
No, she does nothing. I do it because I'm a little vain.
And you should be. You have all the right to be because you are such a gorgeous specimen.
So are you.
Thank you. I like the mutual admiration society we have going.
Why
So,
not?
anything else you would like to tell people about diet and the fact that you keep so slim and beautiful? And is there some, okay, just tell them something that you say, okay, absolutely do not have these things in the day.
Absolutely don't have these things in the day. Oh well, yeah. Absolutely don't have alcohol in the day. Absolutely don't have laddus in the day.
मतलब मत करो night में, हाँ? Then that means night में.
How?
Night.
Everything in moderation.
So
Everything should.
So you have your deep fried and you'll have your pakode and you will have your vada pav and you will have your Chinese food and but you learn to make the balance because that's what yoga teaches you. all
Yeah.
about balance and no deprivation in life.
Yes.
And there is no magic formula, people. So
Yeah.
just be sensible, be smart, and now we will be giving you guys some shout outs. Pooja, can you read any of the names and give them shout outs? Are you able to?
Gujar, Mayur, hi Mayur. Mayur 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Neera, Pavan, Anil,
Great. How sweet. Hasina Maan Jayegi. Yeah, that was a good movie. Rohit.
Sadhu, Rohit, my darling. You know Rohit.
Hey. Ab
Rohit,
to
we love you.
oh,
Rohit, I have
I
to call you after this live.
love
He's
you both. Love you too, Rohit.
Yes, we love you. Everybody loves Rohit.
He's so
And
funny.
he's the cutest.
Yeah.
And his clothes and his photographs, I'm just so jealous. Aftab, ABCD, and Hemant, and all of you.
Love
Thank
you.
you for being with us. Pooja, any last words for anybody? Would you like to say anything to everybody about their journey in life or generally about life? Thank you, Hemant. We're both looking like princesses. Okay.
Sheeba, I would like to tell everybody, especially your viewers and whoever's logged in right now and is watching this. I just want to say that everybody in life right now, due to this COVID-19 and whatever is going on in the world, everybody, each one of us are affected by this. So this too is a phase. To use this time to rediscover yourself, because there is no peer pressure on showing the world or your family or your neighbors that you're on the move going to this country, or there's no need for show off anymore. You just use this phase to rediscover yourself, and please stay active through this all, because that's where a lot of people are losing their game because they are not mentally alert.
Thank you for that. And Rashi, love, I love you. And Sonu, thank you for being here. I love you, sis. And
Hello.
thank you, guys. And you heard Pooja, and I heard her, and I saw her. And yes, Insha Beauty Salon, thank you for that. And I say you something, Hemant. I don't know what you said. Can you say it again? I can answer it quickly for you just before I sign off. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll answer it later once we post this for you. Rasha, tomorrow I will be back at 6 p.m. with none other than the Lord of the Chords, Sonu Nigam. That is
Ooh, you're on a roll, girl.
yes, it's going to be super, super exciting. And after my August lives, I'm coming back to you in September with my yoga buddy and partner Rashi for some exciting prizes and games. Bubble Mama, I love you. My mother's here and she said we both speak so well. Thank
Oh,
you. I
so
love you mostest because
most
I'm Mama's little girl.
so
Bye,
cute.
guys. Thank you. Thank you, Pooh. You're absolutely stunning and you're still as stunning as the first day I saw you 20 years ago. Love
Thank
you.
you, and you
Talk
too.
soon.
Stay
Bye
stunning.
bye.
Bye.